1. To practice what one preaches is admittedly not so simple. 2. Such kind of conflict can be properly described as suicidal. 3. I think I could be justly blamed if I saw only people's faults and were blind to their virtues. 4. The Arabs argue with some justification that Israel so far has benefited most since the ceasefire. 5. There is nothing praiseworthy in sacrifice itself, and before a man does a self-sacrificing thing, he may reasonably ask himself if it is worthwhile. 6. In sum, all of us might profitably heed the advice of that Senate Committee on Nutrition and reduce our sugar consumption. 7. To control the number of illegal aliens entering the U.S. in the future, the administration is considering sanctions, presumably stiff fines, against employers who knowingly hire such immigrants. 8. Hua Kuofeng presumably became premier with Mao's blessing, but there is no evidence that the chairman anointed him as his own successor. Thus, the chances are that it may take weeks, if not months, before the divided leadership can agree on a new head of the party. 5 years later, the heads of all the nations in the European community conferred on Monet the title of Honorary Citizen of Europe, the only man ever to be so honored. And for good reason. His was a noble idea to unite the nations of Europe in the service of peace and worldwide cooperation. And to a remarkable degree, his vision has triumphed. Mr. Jones lived for the most part retired in the country, with one sister, for whom he had a very tender affection. This lady was now somewhat past the age of 30, an era at which, in the opinion of the malicious, the title of old maid with no impropriety might be assumed. She was of that species of women whom you rather commend for good qualities than beauty. At a trial in Detroit's Recorder's Court, a young woman who had accused the defendant of making an improper proposal was asked to state the question that allegedly had been asked. It embarrassed her to repeat it, so she was permitted to write it on a piece of paper. After the judge, prosecutor, and defense counsel had read it, it was passed to the jury. Each juror read it and gave it to the next juror. After an attractive female juror had read it, she attempted to pass it to the man on her right, but found him dozing. Without comment, she nudged him and gave him the slip of paper. The awakened juror read the note, smiled at her, nodded, and put the note in his pocket. As soon as a stranger is introduced into any company, one of the first questions which all wish to have answered is, how does that man get his living? And with good reason. He is no whole man until he knows how to earn a blameless livelihood.